So this is freedom. This is freedom already, all over everything, nothing else. Just freedom, nothing and everything, totality, absolute, directionless, no dimension, no meaning, no purpose, no significance, really, no intention, no agenda, just freedom. Freedom is all there is, nothing else. Whatever is happening is this freedom. That is all. No outcome, no real progression, no process towards or away from freedom. Freedom is empty and full. It's nothing. It's not a thing. Freedom is not a thing. It's absolutely nothing at all.
Hi, Alexis.
Hey,
Um, no big speech today.
what else is there to
No, I think I heard you say it's so simple that it's constantly overlooked.
by a dream?
By what?
By a dream, yeah.
And the
I mean,
dream can never be.
in a way, the dream is the overlooking. It's not even really doing overlooking. The dream is that there is something else.
Yeah.
So, like, I will look for the something else. This
Yeah.
isn't completion. I will look for completion. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's how it seems to be. That's how it seems to appear.
It's crazy. It feels so real to be a person.
Hmm. Visceral
It's so yeah, yeah. So convincing.
to nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Insubstantial. It is totally insubstantial and empty. It's not real. Even it doesn't matter how real or not real it feels.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. There is only emptiness. And it's just simply as it is. It's meaninglessly appearing as a sensation or a perception or a feeling, even a location and the appearance of here. It's all happening for no reason, so it's not a problem. It doesn't need to change or become or unbecome or unravel. There's nothing to it. It's totally empty already, and it's full.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Alexis.
Hi.
I really enjoy listening to your prog uh, thing, especially day two. I don't know, for some reason, day two was was really, really fun. There
Mm.
was a point where somebody was saying something about it's in their thoughts are in their head or something.
Oh, okay.
And you said something like, uh, there are no thoughts, there is no in, there is no you, and there is no head, or something like that. And it was like, huh, yeah.
Mm.
And it was like one of those moments where it was really the first time that I really, that like I really became clear that there is no mind. Like
Yeah.
I've always really, with this message, I'm like, God, how can there be no mind? It's just,
Yeah.
but there isn't one, is there?
No, there's nothing. There is not anything.
Huh.
But yeah, there's no when there seems to be an objectified reality, everything seems to be a thing. Everything.
Mhm.
Whatever it is that the separate experience is thinking about or relating to, it's turning it into a thing, including time. Time is a
Mhm.
thing, space is a thing, consciousness is a thing, and my mind is a thing. But where is it? What is it? There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a mind. There's no such thing as time or space or consciousness, or none of it is anywhere. It's just non-existent, and none of it is real. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the objectified reality sort of, it's like the appearance of holding on to something that's not even happening. Yeah. Yeah.
And like when sort of like when you're awake but you're in bed and your sort of eyes are closed, or even in meditation, you there's a tendency to, or at least here, to feel a sensation, and then well, the other thing that seemed to become clear is then you imagine that it's happening in a certain part of your body,
Hmm.
but that's all, like that's just pure imagination. That's the dream, right?
What the sensation is in the body or thought is in the body.
Yeah, like the imaging of the body,
Hmm.
of the sensation happening
Mm.
in the body is the dream. Yes.
Well, there's just no location. There's no here, so that there's no this is where this is. This is where my pain is. This is where my thoughts are. There's no where. If there's no thing, then there's no where. Where just falls apart when it's revealed there's nothing to be anywhere. So there's just, if immediacy is all there is, there's just no distance or space. So there's no location to anything because there isn't anything to be located. It's totally disorientating madness as far as a self dream is concerned. It's disorientating because there is no orientation in nothingness. No location, no position, no space, no boundaries, no consciousness, no here and there, just total immediacy, which is nothing at all. Absolutely empty and boundless as well. Yeah.
Thanks.
So here would be another thing, another thing that that I hang on to. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So I know you don't really like to talk so much about the apparent process, or you know the process of unmeaning, or whatever you want to call that.
Unmeaning, yeah. Because there isn't one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, like, did you, were there like sent times of like in this apparent process, right? In this, and you were talking about this basking in this vibration.
Mm.
Were there apparent like pockets of density, or
Density. Um, it's not a word I would use for that illusory process, but there was just seemingly changes in perception and feeling, changes in perception like heaviness and lightness and dizziness and tingling, different appearances, which is all nothing and meaningless. But it's just like the body was seemingly shimmering and shaking. There was just different expressions, if you like, which was all nothing happening, and it never really happened.
Mm. Thanks.
Yeah. People talk about fear a lot when they're talking about the sort of the illusory dying of that which isn't real. But to be honest, there wasn't. It's not required. People are sort of looking out for things like resonating or tingling or fear, like looking out for that as a symptom of dying. But there are no rules and there's no cause and effect and there's no way in which this has to be because there already is no one. I mean, this body didn't seem to, have all of this crazy, explosive fear and tantrums and rage. Like there was just whatever was happening. It's nothing. It's so utterly meaningless. It doesn't have to be fear-based, anger-based, relief-based, or bliss-based, or whatever it is. There's already no one. None of it is going anywhere. So when resonating and tingling or fear and explosiveness is happening. It's not going anywhere. It's not leading to a collapse. The collapse is the collapse of collapse. It's like there's just nowhere. There's nowhere to go. It can't be defined because it's timeless. It's the end of all process in every single sense. So the end of process is not a process in and of itself. It's undefinable. It can't be expressed or explained. So every word that utters just doesn't do it. It just doesn't elaborate because it's timeless and it is already everything.
Well, I'm, there's been a lot of pulsating or whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, yeah.
And and for quite a while there was a lightning of what felt like a lightning of the me, and
Hmm.
lately that has felt more dense again. That's the word I guess I would use, or heavier,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm just so fucking pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Oh my god, I feel
it's
like
not
a
liberation on
3-year-old.
your own terms.
No, I'm
You
just
know?
like a 3-year-old throwing a tantrum.
Yeah. Which is already liberation. It's already liberation. Because resonating is just that is another thing that I think I'm relating to. So I've turned resonance, so-called resonance, into another thing. And now I'm back again and the resonance is gone. For fuck's sake. It's already freedom, everything. Whether resonating is happening or not, none of it matters or means anything. It's not closer or further away from liberation, because liberation is boundless. It's totally all. It's everything. There's no getting to or away from that. So whether there's a sense that me is a back with a vengeance or has collapsed entirely, it makes no difference. Me lives in black and white, it seems. It's like it's either this or it's that. It's either a me or there isn't a me, and what, and then one day it won't be, but right now it is, and it's like you know relating to everything seemingly as a process and a story, and and just none of it matters or is anything. None of it is real already. None of it needs anything other than this. Doesn't even need this. This is needless freedom.
Yeah. That just pisses me off too.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Thanks.
Yeah. And how pure pissed offness is, how pure it is. It's all pure.
Yeah. It's interesting. I haven't felt this kind of pissed off in a long time. It's not like I haven't been mad,
Mm.
This feels like where I used to live. And
Yeah.
yeah. And it isn't like that pulsating is gone, the resonating. It's not, that isn't gone. It just feels like it hit some
Yeah.
density,
Yeah.
and so whatever is happening isn't happening on my terms the way I think it should. And so, yeah, I'm pissed. And I have a 3-year-old grandson, and the other day he was just, his dad wanted him to do something, and he was like, I don't want to. I don't want to. No. I thought, man, he and I, we have a lot in common.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's genetic.
Oh.
Mm.
Hmm.
Anyway, thanks. I truly mean thanks, even though before it sounded like fuck you.
Oh no, but the FU is total, love as well all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all completion. That, being peed off or thankful or in love with, or it's all totally this. There's no right or wrong way for anyone or anything to be. It's all completion.
Yeah, remember that interaction you had a while ago with the woman who said she's grumpy, a grumpy old woman, and you told her there was nothing to fix, change, cure, or solve, and
Yeah.
that was really sweet too.
Mm. Yeah.
Hi, Alexis.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I just was thinking, I'm making a chain with peanuts for the birds. And this is also undescribable. There's nothing what I can describe.
No.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indescribable freedom.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So description too is indescribable freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unknowable.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah. Thanks.
Alexis, I remember when the first videos of you showed up and the first meetings started to happen of you. That there was still this invitation. Like I feel it was like more for like like a celebrational kind of energy, so to speak. And now it seemingly has evolved into a way more calmer or quiet, I don't know, atmosphere. Like, yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
The videos back from November last year, are you talking about, or after that, December?
Oh, I cannot put a finger on it. Yeah. But it was like in the very beginning, so to speak, where it was a very fresh kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a little bit explosive. Is, sometimes it can all be sort of calm and quiet and seemingly tranquil, and explosions and drama and vibrancy and chaos. It's unpredictable. Yeah.
Many years ago there was this show, and I don't know, it was called Big Brother or something, where people lived in kind of a
Yeah.
yes. So I just thought it would be so maybe that's a new form. Like at one point maybe the talks, the official meetings will stop, and just let's say former non-duality speakers just live, and they are just observed in their, so to speak, daily life.
Yeah. Someone has pitched this idea before.
Really?
That's non-dual speakers get together and live together under in a Big Brother situation and see what happens. And I think I said in response to that I would light incense and chant mantras just to get on the nerves of the other speakers. Oh, as a joke. Yeah.
Was funny.
I wouldn't go as far as to play vegetarian music, though. That might be a bit too far. We might chuck me out. Oh.
Alexis, you mentioned talking to your dad about all this.
Mm.
How's he doing?
I haven't spoke with him for a couple of weeks, but he's all right, I think. Yeah. We meet up every now and then.
It was cool to hear that he was open to listening, like had become open to hearing what it was about. And
yeah. We're due another meetup at some point, so maybe that conversation will happen again. Not that it needs to.
Does he know that we're chatting about him?
Yeah. Well, the wonderful thing is that no one needs to hear about this because this isn't a thing to hear about. There's no need for anyone to get on board. There's nothing to get on board with. So everything and everyone is totally whatever is happening is all completion. Yeah. So it's in a way that's there's a beauty in that because there's no need for anyone to agree or disagree or believe or disbelieve because what would anyone be agreeing or disagreeing with? I mean, perhaps there are certain things like the exposure that there's no chooser, that therefore there's no free will, and there might be the appearance of a belief in free will, but even then, who cares? So there's a freedom. There is only freedom, but the freedom of an exposure that doesn't have a bone to pick with anyone or anything, because completion is already everything. So there's just positionless, agendaless thisness. And so whatever response or reaction appears is this too, of course. So yeah, it's that is the positionless nature of this boundlessness. Yeah. Once upon a dream, there's a position and then there's a defending that position and a working with the other position. All of this relating nonsense that just seems to appear as agony. The agony of the separation dream, always seemingly trying to navigate and negotiate with one's emotions and other people's, and the complexity, the exhausting complexity of the separation. And none of it is even real anyway. Yeah. And also, yes, there can sometimes seem something beautiful when there's an apparent openness. Someone or something just opens up to boundlessness. I mean, obviously, that is story based, so it's not real. Nothing is, but there can be seemingly something beautiful about the openness, which can't be comprehended.
And there's something also really beautiful about the no need for anyone to be to
Yeah,
hear,
yeah.
that.
It can't be pinned down. It can't be made into a religion or a tradition or a lineage or anything because there's just no agenda. There's no rules. There's no dogma. There's no doctrine. There's just nothing. There's just nothing to hang on to pin down, to grasp, to comprehend, to describe. To what is there? There only is nothing. Yeah. So it's too open to ever know or grasp or defend or offend. There's just nothing. There's no position. There's no anything. In that openness, there's no possibility of holding on to a something and then needing anyone or anything else to get that, or it's needless. It's all needless. Yeah. So this needless freedom is all there is. Needs, wants, desires is needless freedom in disguise. And yet not really in disguise. There's nothing to appear to be free or clear. Appearances is nothing to no one. Nothing is appearing on behalf of or towards or away or in front of anything. There's only nothing. So words too is just nothing. Wording, concepts, suggestions, language. It's all total freedom, emptiness, empty freedom, whole, boundless, limitless. Nothing else. No mistakes, no secrets, no process. Completion is directionless. Never moved towards or away from already everything. Much love. Thank you.
Thanks, Alexis.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.